It's really not about them though. It's about me and just doing the best that I can do and just creating my own legacy.
Around the ring kind of match?
Absolutely.
Downtime in the ring.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Downtime in the Ring. This week, we have a very special guest as we are trying to work more with CZW. We had to go out and obviously get the head of the roster, the big guy, the main man. We have ERAN ASHE, CZW World Heavyweight Champion, here today. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much. Very glad to be with you guys. I mean, if there was anybody going to come from CZW, definitely ERAN ASHE. So I'm good.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. We had to get you, man. Like you're the guy. It's just there. We had to get you, dude. I'm super excited for this. So, going into it, did you start at CZW through training? Is that how you found your love for CZW?
Yes. Almost 7 years ago, I walked into the dojo, had a tryout, and then essentially the rest is history.
All right, man. How does it feel like being the world champion after you've had, there are a lot of shoes to fill with the amount of people that have come through CZW and going on to create amazing legacies in the world of professional wrestling. And now that you are the world champion, how does that feel? How do you carry yourself with that?
I mean, it's kind of cathartic, I've always had the dream of being a world champion. So to be the world champion at a place that I started at, it really means a lot. And of course, there's a long lineage of people who've held this title and done great things. It's really not about them though. It's about me and just doing the best that I can do and just creating my own legacy. When anytime I think of all the people who've been here, I measure myself to them, and in given time, I feel like I can be on the same list as anybody who's ever come to CZW.
Were you on the side of people kind of honing the craft as far as during that weird pandemic era where everything shut down, but you guys are still putting on shows like the Dojo Wars particularly? Did you take a chance to hone that craft of yours in that time period leading up to what we are now calling you as the CZW World Heavyweight Champion?
Absolutely. I think it was back right as we were, able to go back outside, 21 maybe. It was me, the rep, a couple other guys just in here every day, sweating our asses off, just getting in shape for the eventual return.
How does it feel especially being on that side? So we are from New Mexico. We're a New Mexico-based podcast. How was wrestling looked at towards that time, since we, nobody could go outside? Like what was your mindset for wrestling back then?
I mean, it really hit me hard because I think at that time I was maybe like 3.5 years in, maybe going on 4, and like things were really starting to pick up for me. Like right before the world shut down, I had a booking in Canada, which would have been my first, and then the world shuts down, and then every opportunity that was going to happen just ceased to exist.
Yeah.
So essentially, you had to build yourself up from scratch again. Even though I had the time and I had the years of the experience, so I already know how to wrestle. I'm done with that, but building up the resume, the car rides, the miles, you got to do all that stuff over again because, people aren't taking the chance of bringing in somebody from like 1,000 miles away. You're gonna go for the local guy, who you can see, people are trying to be safe. They're not trying to do too much. So everything was really isolated, and it kind of still is.
With Mr. Hyde trying to bring CZW back to what he said, the glory days, where do you see yourself and CZW here at the end of the year and going into next year?
I still see myself as the world champion. Before I got the belt, people couldn't beat me, so why would they be able to beat me now? I finally accomplished the goal that I've set out to do since the 2 years that we came back, and that I finally have it. So who am I going to let take this from me?
Chris, I can't wait till he chops you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a golden rule, and hopefully we work more with you. So you get to learn our golden rules. Is that every person that we've had on here that wrestles, because we've had other people in media, they have to give Chris a chop. So I'm super excited to see this one. This one's going to be heavy-handed.
Do you not like him? Why would you do that?
No. So I've been in the ring. I'm still trying to train. He doesn't want to touch the ring, but he still wants to learn the craft. So I mean, it's a chop. It has to be a chop. I'll take one too.
For
Listen,
reference,
I got a nice overhand right coming for you. You'll be perfectly fine. Just don't touch the area for like a day. You'll be fine.
For reference, I watched the Rich Swann match, and oh no, not ready for that. Not ready for that.
This is gonna be great. I can't wait. So, as we see, I believe Leo Rush is going to be at y'all's next show. How is that measuring up, and have you started looking at people on the independents that you're really trying to push for to come to CZW, even for if it's a cup of coffee?
The further I get, I stop measuring myself to others, and I start measuring myself to me. Am I better than I was last year, last month, last week? Being the world champion, now I have to hold myself at a higher standard. I have to be the example for people. So I'm really just trying to make sure I keep raising my own bar. But it'll definitely be great to have a guy like Leo here. Definitely a CZW legend. I'm looking forward to getting in the ring with him down the line.
Yeah.
But if he's coming for the title, it's not going to be a fun day.
I love his energy, man. I like his confidence. Definitely. So, you are carrying this company, and you definitely have the confidence to do so. What other bookings do you take, or are you just solely focused on CZW right now?
I'm really just taking what comes at this point.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to get out there and you got to get yourself exposure, get in the car rides. But as I'm coming up in my 7th year, I'm finding that it doesn't pay to really be everywhere unless you're getting used all the time.
Yeah.
The Indies is really like recycling like maybe 10 people. Like, how many times can you have the same dream match, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, so I'm going to take a few bookings, hone my craft, be in places I actually want to be that I can help build and grow. And then I'm just focused on being a world champion. I mean, it's great. Oh, this guy was at 100 promotions, but essentially, if you're not signed, you're still on the independents. So no matter what you're doing, just make sure you're putting out good work. And if I just put out good work at CZW, it's going to pay off for me. So it doesn't matter.
And I've seen that you've already ticked off a couple of countries that you've worked promotions in. I believe it was in Europe. You did a couple of promotions there. Is Japan also kind of something that you're looking forward to in the future?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it either the back half of this year or maybe beginning of next year. And if not, I'll bring Japan to me.
Ooh, and I've heard that you've called out a legend in Minoru Suzuki as one of your.
No, that one would hurt.
I mean, listen, he murders people, I murder people. Let's see what happens when we try to murder each other.
I want to watch it now. I don't want to watch it, but I do want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it. Oh, dude, that is dope. So, you're trying to head to Japan. What are you doing exactly to try to get there? Are you are you just trying to get your name out there as much as you can? What are you doing, brother?
Well, I mean, CZW, even though we've taken a slight downturn in the past couple of years coming back from the pandemic, we're still a global company. We still have hundreds of thousands of people who follow us. So, I mean, our stuff gets seen no matter what. So when you put out high-level stuff at a high-level place, you're going to get seen no matter what. We also have, certain relationships that we can utilize. And if it comes down to it, send your stuff out. Maybe you'll get a response. And also, hell, if it comes down to it, I'll fly to Japan myself, knock on somebody's door.
I like that energy. I like that.
I like that. I respect that, my guy. Man, you are very just business oriented, man. Your mind, dude. It's a first time we've had that, man. You have your goals, nothing's breaking you. No, I mean, I cracked a little bit of a smile earlier when I said you could chop Chris, which is kind of scary, Chris, that made him smile. Your pain, but it's all right. Going into the latter part of this year, I know you just said Japan, but what is something else that you want to do? I mean, we have a million different events that are happening now throughout the year. Obviously, trying to, be backstage at certain companies or even getting dark matches. What is something that you're trying to get done?
I don't really have too many goals, like trying to get places, essentially. I mean, of course, it's great to do extra work. It's great to be in the presence of people, to get seen and everything. But I'm kind of taking things as they come. In the past, I was kind of overthinking things about being in the right places at the right times. And the biggest thing that I've figured out in my time in wrestling is that things happen for a reason and they happen at the right time. Certain paths are meant to happen no matter what. So I'm just focusing on one moment at a time, and I'm not trying to step too far ahead.
Okay, I can respect that, especially with the struggle that the indies do bring, or trying to get backstage on a show, and the people that you have wrestled before have definitely put eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting experience. How old are you again?
30 years old.
Holy crap, he's not that much older than us. He's
I
right
have
there.
I have been in front of a lot of important people, and I've heard my name being mentioned a couple times. So I'm just gonna stay the course and keep doing what I'm doing because it's been working so far.
I mean, yeah, with the title, can't argue that. With being the guy, where do you personally want to take CZW?
I want to take us to the moon. There's a lot of independent promotions, and people always like to say, the indies don't make money, despite the things you see and that you think you believe. But there are a lot of places that are just like kind of floating by. But we've got way too much talent to just keep floating by,
Yeah.
If we all work together and we all just crank out what I know we can do, we can be as big as anybody else.
Where else are you guys trying to go? What other states are you guys trying to go? I know you guys are in Texas here soon, which is still far away from us just because of the size of Texas. What other states do you think that you guys are trying to get within this year and next year?
Well, I know we're going to Texas. I don't believe it's been announced yet, but I think Vegas may be an option.
Ooh, that would be fun.
I know we're coming back to Philly. And it's kind of just it's not more about heading to the local destination and more about trying to get like the global brand and the streams up.
Yeah.
When people start seeing you everywhere, then you can go everywhere.
Yeah.
I see.
Definitely, we would love to see if you guys could come down to New Mexico. GCW a few months ago had the first ever GCW show in New Mexico. Yeah. And the amount of publicity and media coverage that went with that was insane. Absolutely insane. And we got to be there. That was the best part about it. We got to share that moment with Billy Stark, with Dark Sheik, Effie, all of them. So I would love to see CZW come down here.
Absolutely. What's the temperature like over there? Because it's hot as hell over here.
Hotter.
101,
105 yesterday.
106 yesterday.
Why didn't you guys live in Alaska? Damn it.
It's too cold over there, brother. But it's hotter than hell.
I'm 300 plus pounds. I don't need to be in the heat.
We got water. It's all good. Chris will fan you.
It's that dry heat too. It's not that humid heat. It's that dry heat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we can work with that because the humidity here is trash.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I would prefer the humidity compared to the dry heat. The dry heat is horrible here. But no, we would love to have CZW at least somehow make it over here. I know it's only because we are barely growing as a state in wrestling. So there are a lot of names on the independents who are looking to mark this state off as an experience, as having a match here, because only before that was, the typical WWE coming through Rio Rancho and Las Cruces and Albuquerque, and that's it.
It really changed when Jacob showed up.
Yes.
It was kind of like when Jacob Fatu showed up for the promotion here in New Mexico is when it kind of started like, okay, we got something here. So
It's definitely something to have Combat Zone Wrestling here. Have a New Mexico street fight, dude. That would be dope.
Somebody with a cactus.
Oh,
ouch. Ouch.
Are you a deathmatch kind of guy? Or have you ever wanted to do one? What's going on with that?
Listen, if the money is correct, I will do almost anything. However, I don't know if you noticed the complexion of my skin. All I'm gonna say is, not many of me are riding this deathmatch lane. So I'm gonna leave it to the other people. Only deathmatch is gonna happen is if I really don't like you. So
Jesus.
Don't be on that list.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Oh dear. Well, what is like a dream match type? Not opponent, but just something that you're like, man, I really want to do that at least once.
I don't know how it would work.
Oh no.
However, an Inferno match looks fun.
Excuse me? What? A fire around the ring kind of match?
Absolutely.
Oh no. Okay. All right.
Two reasons. One, you can't escape from me. Second, if I set you on fire, I win. That's easy. All I got to do is press you over my head and throw you in the fire.
I don't. Okay. Well, we're not getting in the ring with you, so I'll support this 100%. Chris, you're gonna get darker. He's gonna throw you in the fire.
I love how I'm the scapegoat.
You are the scapegoat for this one. You are the scapegoat for this one.
So can you kind of explain to me how you kind of came out of your comfort zone when you first kind of like found about CCW and stuff, joining up? How did you get out of your comfort zone to now being in the combat zone?
It was a funny thing. So I've been mulling over, joining a wrestling school, and I was doing my research. The first one I came upon was the Monster Factory. So I almost went there. But, just procrastination. I was like, a couple weeks, whatever. And then I was on YouTube just watching wrestling. And I was watching when Drew McIntyre, he got fired for the first time. And then he was making his way around the Indies in his little comeback story.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video of his, like right before he was going to come back. I just commented, wow, it's a really great story. It's really inspiring. The person who posted the video said, you ever thought about wrestling? Yeah, of course. Typed it in, hey, go to Combat Zone, call DJ Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
Call DJ Hyde, set up a tryout. 2 days later, I was here. And really, you step out of your comfort zone the first day of training. I remember first day we were going, did a dive roll, separated my shoulder. No more comfort.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Went to the hospital, got a sling. Still coming here every day, soaking up some knowledge. Healed up. Come back. Separate the other shoulder. Do it all over again. Still here. No more comfort at all. And at that point, I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to allow my wrestling journey to be two separated shoulders as my story. So I kept bringing my ass back.
So I could see where that builds your confidence for in-ring work, bumps, everything. Obviously, you're like, I'm built different. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be here. What about cutting promos? What about being in front of the audience? What did it take to get you comfortable to do that?
I mean, looking back on it, it doesn't seem like a lot had to happen for me to get comfortable, but I guess looking on the outside, you may say, oh, well, that probably was a big hurdle, So first time you cut a promo, literally you just get in front of people, start talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you talk about. Just be comfortable enough to talk in front of people. I mean, that probably helped me. What mostly helped me a lot was probably because I took a public speaking course in college. So, I was already halfway over that fear by the time, I had to start trying to say a promo. So that definitely helped. But I mean, half the battle of cutting a promo is just believing in yourself. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter where you are. As long as you believe the things that you're saying, it's easy.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially with like previous guests that we've had. There are still some younger wrestlers who are like, it was tough the first month or two trying to cut a promo. I mean, it really depends on the people, like who you are, how you were brought up. You just exude confidence, so that's why I was wondering how long it took you to actually just be okay cutting a promo.
I mean, if we want to go the whole route, probably my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially, when people are cutting promos and they're trying to figure out who they are as a wrestler, the mistake that most people make is they just don't know who they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You got the prototypes. Everybody thinks they're an ass kicker. I mean, you're 5'7", you're 145. You don't need to kick anybody's ass. Rey Mysterio didn't come out here and say, "Hey, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, giant." He didn't have to. I mean, be comfortable who you are, what you do, and just be yourself.
I agree with that. I definitely do. There are a lot of people that, it's still weird talking to them, especially because we just got one of the schools in New Mexico just had a graduating class, and there's still a couple of people who haven't figured out their gimmicks who are friends of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's the biggest advice that we could give them is just, you got to believe in it. You got to believe it, first of all, or nobody else is going to.
Absolutely.
So from there, what did you do in your past that made you so athletic? Like, did you play football growing up? I could see you either doing like football or amateur wrestling, honestly, brother.
Never played football ever. In a school environment, in any type of official capacity.
Okay.
Tried out for amateur wrestling in high school, didn't work out. I think just genetically, I was always kind of athletic. I've never been small, but I've still been agile. I was never heavy on my feet. I think it's literally just my natural genetics, really.
And then, if the math is correct, so you started wrestling at 23, which, like a decade ago, people would say that's right around the time. But now, if we push forward, that's still a little bit later. What made you choose it at 23?
I think it was just confidence. I look back on it, if I had tried to start at any earlier point, it might have not panned out for me, and I probably would have just not come back.
Mm-hmm.
But really, just at that point, life. What am I afraid of? If I try it, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I'd never want to say that I didn't try. It's really what it was.
During my research, it was about the dojo eras. Could you tell me something interesting about your entrance with Layla Hirsch in the dojo eras?
Oh, you mean when we came out to one of the greatest songs ever?
Celine Dion is pretty great.
Listen, I was Rose, she was Jack, and it just made all the sense in the world.
That's awesome. How did you guys just decide, like, last minute, or like or how did that?
What happened? But I think it was intended as a rib on the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can't play a joke on me. I'm comfortable in all skins, so I turned it right around.
And you played the best Rose ever, huh?
Thank you very much. Listen, I survived in the end. It's fine.
Challenge accepted, my guy. When we come to help at CZW, challenge accepted. It doesn't even have to be a public rib. It could just be backstage. Me and Chris, we're gonna find something. We're gonna do it.
Come out like the Blades of Glory, guys.
Oh, dude, we're doing this so much. Challenge accepted, my guy.
I don't often fail challenges.
Ooh.
Oh.
He's persistent.
Yeah.
I'm more like realistic, but he's the persistent one. So chop him.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll cry, but I'll take it. It'll be all good. Knock the soul out of me, but it's all good. So, where are you originally from? Philadelphia or
Born and raised
Baltimore?
South New Jersey.
South New Jersey. Okay. Because it seems like you have at least from what I've seen with the promotion, everything, that you had a love for Philadelphia. And I could be wrong on that.
I mean, I have family from Philly. I was once, when in my naive days, a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Naive days.
I love that.
Philly, it does hold a certain place, but it's a small place.
Oh, okay. I want to talk a little football with you because you said naive days. Who do you go for now?
Listen, we're not going to talk about that because they haven't been doing well for a while.
I want to know who you go for, brother.
Listen, I was a fan before they started winning.
Okay.
I'm going to say that.
Are you a Swiftie? The Giants? Oh, hell.
I was a fan before they started winning.
Damn. Well, I'm a Cowboys fan, so we'll debate the winning part, but it's all good.
Listen, I'm just saying. One team here has won a Super Bowl in the past 15.
One team also took a shirtless picture on a yacht and haven't been to the playoffs since.
Listen, we're not going to talk about that.
I'm just a cheapskate.
We're not going to talk about that,
I'm just a cheapskate. I'll take Tom Brady any day for me to win a championship and then leave. So, see,
no, he's not a Patriots. He's a Buck. He's a Buck, to be clear.
I'll happily take it. No shame. No shame.
I'm glad. At least you said Giant. You didn't say Eagle. When I interviewed Jared Diaz, I had to ask him if he was Jet or Giant, and thankfully he said Jet. So at least that's something.
He would say a Jet.
Have you gotten to go up against him?
I don't believe we've crossed paths in the ring yet.
Oh, that is one I want to see now. That is one I want to see. His cockiness versus your confidence. Just don't throw him. That's all I ask.
Those abs can only take him so far. My senton still hurts.
Please don't hurt him. Please don't hurt him too bad, man.
You can't ask me to do that. You can't say I want to see you in the ring and then ask me not to hurt somebody.
Dude, no.
Listen,
no.
He'll be alive.
This dude got Samoa Joe energy. I'm
this
assuming
dude got
Samoa
Oba
Joe...
Femi energy, dude. He's saying don't send people we want to come back.
I mean, listen, you're not wrong.
Am I right to assume that Samoa Joe is one of your influences?
Absolutely. 06 to present, just watching him do his stuff in TNA and beyond, definitely an influence.
Oh, nice. So Nation of Violence Joe and everything.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I just want to hear you cut a promo. That's all I want to hear. I want to see you cut a promo just off the cuff.
I mean, that's really what all my promos are.
Cut a promo on Chris.
Just walk in with an idea and just start talking.
Shit on Chris.
Shit on Chris.
I'm all for it.
Chris, back up for me from the camera. I need the entire scope.
Oh no.
Okay, there we go.
Oh no.
Well, first of all, I'm kind of disappointed that you two came to me and you wanted to interview me with 1.5 beards. You couldn't even get your co-host to get a full beard to come interview the world heavyweight champion. That's disrespect right there. And then he says he's going to take a chop from me like I'm just some peasant off the streets. From the world heavyweight champion, you want to take my chop? And you still want to get up afterwards? Do you plan on having more activities throughout the day? Because I'm going to tell you, after I chop you, you're going to be laying in the bed. And you're not going to want to move. Because it's not the size of the hand. It's not even the intentions behind it. It's the power. That's what gets you.
I understand that my mustache must be on silent, but I would like to say that at least I don't look like from the nose up. You look like someone not like us, so.
Oh no!
You just call me Trey.
If the shoe fits.
I'll take the greatest rapper alive. It's perfectly fine. Listen. No matter what you want to say about Trey, the GOAT, numbers don't lie.
I want to make a
It doesn't
shirt that
matter
says
how you
1.5
win the match.
beards.
It matters that you won.
No.
That line. I'm making a shirt that says 1.5 beards. That got you.
Hey, people cannot be blessed follically like the two of us can. I had a beard at 14. Shit doesn't stop growing.
You can look at one of our previous episodes, and he has he's shaved.
I look like. Have you ever watched the movie Up? The kid. I look like the kid.
Just
shaved.
not Asian.
Yeah.
Hey, pulling off no beard is also a talent. Everybody can't do it.
That's true.
He couldn't either.
That's true. I'll just shut up with my silent mustache. So.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
It's on airplane mode. It's fine.
Airplane mode mustache. That's awesome.
Dude.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh damn. Oh no. Oh dear. All right. I don't even know where we go from that. We just got to go straight to the post show because fuck.
It's just a roast battle at the post show at this point.
All right. As we begin to wind down, what are your socials? Where can everybody find you?
Let's see. Instagram, ERAN_ASHE. X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. At ERANASHE1. There's Facebook. Search my name, you'll find me. Anything else doesn't get used.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode with the CZW World Champion, ERAN ASHE. You can check. Oh, he's got the belt. Yes, thank you. You can watch the post show on our Patreon, and let's see what happens because, god damn, that beard line still just made me laugh. And we will see you in the next video.
With the 6 starter kit.